And I stand in total support of my sister. I stand in total support of my brother, C.D. Witherspoon. I stand in total support because it's very, let's be clear. And more important, I stand in solidarity with my brothers and sisters that are out of town right now. Let's be very clear that what we're seeing that's happening, that's going on around the world, this is happening every day. And people are not being held accountable, and this is why it's continuously happening. And until we hold people accountable, it's never, ever going to stop. It's not even going to slow up. So every time I hear about or see one of my sisters and brother, unarmed men and women, brutally murdered like animals. And what happens? The officers, nothing happens to them. They get full immunity. They get our taxpayer dollars. They get a paid vacation and everything. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I am my brother Tyrone West. I've been out here now for 165 weeks, 1,158 days, fighting non-stop, and not just for my brother Tyrone West, who was brutally murdered by 11 to 15 animals in our city, and one Morgan State animal, David Lewis. Sat on my brother's back till he was no longer breathing, moving, or screaming after he was pepper sprayed, tased, kicked, stomped by animals. And the first two animals, Nicholas Davis Chapman and Officer Ruiz, almost killed Abdul Salam on July the 1st, and on July the 17th, a new victim, Darrell Harris, was almost killed by these maniacs. And guess what? These maniacs are still walking the beat. These maniacs are walking the beat, and not only, some of these maniacs got pay raises. So when they put us in the dirt, they get stripes on their shirts. But I'm here to declare, we are more than hashtags and body bags. We're more than being 6 feet in the dirt and pictures on a t-shirt. We're more than that. Our lives matter. And it matters to us. Was when you look and you see family members on signs and buttons, you don't see the real pain. You don't live in my world. You don't see the mothers that cry and can't never sleep at night, knowing that their child was gunned down. And I don't care how grown that child is, a mother's child is always a mother's child. And can't nobody tell her different. A father's child is always a father's child. And I'm sick of uprisings going to every city. It's ridiculous. And they get more mad. Then the Department of Justice come in as the middleman to try to act like they're going to do something when really they're not going to do anything. Because if they're not coming in with criminal charges, be clear that they're not doing anything. I'm tired of them using our pain for their gain. And that's what happens. When all this stuff break out right now, some of these police officers right now get paid overtime to watch us, to watch a peaceful protest. We ain't down here turning up nothing, but they getting time and a half. But meanwhile, Freddie Gray is resting cold in his grave. Tyrone West is resting cold in his grave. Anthony Anderson is resting cold in her grave, his grave. Korryn Gaines is resting cold in her grave. Baby Tamir Rice is resting cold in his grave. Sandra Bland is resting cold in her grave.
Say it.
Terence Crutcher is resting cold in his grave. And these animals, they get 10 days. 10 days in the state of Maryland just to talk to an attorney. But meanwhile, they're knocking on people's doors, collecting video footage, hiding the truth. That's what they did in my brother case. The man was had 154 days, and until this day, no autopsy pictures. So let's not just talk about the crooked police officers. We need to have a conversation about the crooked mayors of the cities. We need to have the conversation about the crooked doctors that lie, including the medical examiner's office that lies. Because when it's one of us and when we're executed, oh, it's undetermined. Get out my face with the foolishness. When they know it's a clear case of murder, bloody murder. And I'm tired of these animals being a judge, jury, and an executioner. That's what they need to have on the side of their cars and under their badges. Judge, jury, and executioner. Because every time they kill us, brutally murders, it's justified. Regardless if you're in your car and your car breaks down and you walking down the street with your hands up. Whip your hands up. And a female officer they beat him to death.
Right?
Let's talk about Maurice Donald Johnson, who was killed in front of his mother's face. She called for help for her son. Did she get help? No. And what happened? They took that mother immediately down homicide. Meanwhile, those animals, they get 10 days. And those 10 days lead to another 30 days. That's why I'm trying to get rid of that officer killer rights. It allows them to kill us and get away. It's their safety blanket. I'm trying to snatch it down. So I'm going to end on this note. We need to band together, because don't ever in your mind believe that we can't stop this. Even if we slow it down, we can stop it.
That's right.
We can stop it, we can slow it up.
Yeah.
We have the power. They have the guns, but we have the voices.
Come on.
That's right.
And the world will hear us, and the world will see us. And if you keep on constantly fighting, I'm not going to hang a damn teddy bear up on a pole for my damn brother. No, I'm going to hang out in the street with these animals. That's what I'm going to do.
right.
I'm hanging out there. They may be walking the beat, but I can tell you, I'm walking the beat with them, and I'm calling them out. You stinking animals, you bloody murderers. I'm tired of these criminals on payroll serving, and they not serving us. Let's be real clear. It's a joke to them, but it's our lives, and we do matter. What